Hi, Keith here from Academy of Bass. Today I'm looking at a great slap bass technique. It's going to be easy for you to play, it sounds excellent, and it will add a whole new dimension to your slap bass lines. This technique is very similar to the technique that we use to play a typical slap octave, where we hit a root note with our thumb and snap the octave with our first finger, or second finger if that's your preference. But I'm going to be playing this in reverse, and I'm not going to play an octave, I'm just going to play a single note on a single string. So I'm at the 5th fret of the D string, I'm playing a G. I'm going to pull that and then follow through with the thumb. And that's the core technique that I'm going to be using throughout this lesson. Give me a shout out in the comments if you've come across this technique, or you've played it, or you know a bass line that uses it. There's also a completely free PDF for this lesson. It's got everything in that I'm going to be looking at, fully notated in both standard notation and tab, and I've included a backing track for you to practice along to. So the link to that is posted below. Make sure you grab a copy. If you do enjoy the lesson, please feel free to like the video and also support the channel by subscribing. This technique's not reserved for the D string, so I'm quickly going to play it across every string. And what I'm trying to do here, as much as possible, is make sure that the volume of the hit with the thumb is the same as the snap. So that's the basic technique, but in the bass line that I played at the start of this lesson, I added something else to it, and that was a hammer on. I played the pluck, the thumb, and then hammered on from the 5th fret to the 6th fret. So that gives us a really nice pattern and motif that we can use in our bass lines now. I love the sound of this, and I use it so much on my own playing. But again, it's not reserved just for playing on the D string, so I'm going to play it across every string now for you, just so that you can hear what it sounds like in comparison. I'm going to start with the A string. This time I'm going to play from the 3rd fret. I quite like the sound of that. And now the G string. Now you might have to work a little bit harder with your thumb to make sure that you get a good sound on the G string. And then finally the E string. Now, you can't get that sound on the E string with any other slap bass technique, and I really like it because it's so percussive. Whilst this is fully notated in the PDF, I'm going to show you what else I added to this to make it sound even better. So I started with the original motif. From there, I played a muted note on the G string, my hands over the 7th fret. Then it's an A octave. Now, the octave I'm playing percussively, you could make that sound out, it really doesn't matter. Then we've got another percussive octave. Then we've got a thumb hit on G at the 5th fret, thumb hit on A at the 6th fret. That sounds awesome. The combination of the original motif, the muting, the percussive octave, and that double thumb hit at the end make it sound great. And as a whole, it's almost the perfect slap bass riff. In the second half of the bass line, I moved across a string, and I also changed the riff that I was playing. So instead of playing the double thumb hit, which in some respects is what this lesson is all about, I changed it and I played 2 snaps instead. So I'm playing over D this time, and the first thing that I did was thin the rhythm down. So I've got the original motif, muted D at the 7th fret of the G string, root note with the thumb at the 5th fret of the A string, muted octave at the 7th fret of the G string, then playing a snap on C at the 5th fret and D at the 7th fret. And this change in technique has given the bass line a little bit more contrast and has made it sound even more interesting all round. So it's a great technique, and this bass line combines lots of different elements that make it sound brilliant. And you can use each one as a standalone technique. If you've enjoyed this lesson, give me a shout out and let me know in the comments. And don't forget to grab the PDF, the link to that is posted below. Feel free to like the video and support what I'm doing here by subscribing to the channel. Thanks for joining me, look forward to seeing you again, and in the meantime, happy practicing.